Well, live. Can anyone hear me? Can anyone see me? I've had to start up a new stream. Ah, thank you, Tanya. We got somewhere, haven't we, at last? Oh, that was a nightmare. The webcam wouldn't come on. I don't know. I'm using some new software. Well, I was trying to, and it just didn't really want to know. Can you not hear me? Oh, good. Oh, you put in say something, then I thought perhaps you couldn't hear me. Good, 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 good. Right. Question and answer time. Lots of questions being fired my way just recently. And I just put a few simple ones up, which I get asked all the time on the thumbnail. Of course, the silly little ones are, there's a lag. There's always a lag on the whether it's called the typing on the chat. I know that YouTube automatically put a lag in, so I know there's a lag on the chat. Is there a lag on the picture as well? Because it's shown okay on my end. Good. And I'm drinking beer tonight. Trying to get some lighting working tonight. And it's still not the best in the world, but that's what you can do on a narrowboat. Thanks, Ray. Nice to see you here. I see we got 9 people in. Wow. Nice to see. You're gonna have to all excuse me for a little second there. Itchy nose. Who we got on board tonight? Right, we got Emma. Oh, hi Emma. Is your mum there as well? I expect so. Your mum's never far away, is she? I was chatting to Fiona earlier on in Facebook. Ah. Right, for my got a question for everybody tonight for my non-American friends. What's the shirt I've got on tonight? It represents a sports team in America. Your question for everyone. Yeah, I thought you're both there, so you'd both be here. So, anyone want to fire some questions away at me? Well, I'm going to go through a couple that I get asked all the time. And I have it written down on a piece of paper here, but you can't quite see it. It's not in shot. First thing I get asked all the time, as you probably noticed on the questions I put up, is what is the name of my boat? Well, my boat is it does have a name. It is on the side of the boat. It is called Albertine. And this used to be a rose narrowboat, higher narrowboat. And Albertine is the name of a rose. So I guess that's why it's called Albertine. The other thing I get asked is how long is my boat? It's 60 feet long. And how old am I? I'm 61. Those are questions I get regularly asked. The other one I get asked probably more often actually is, what is the flag? San Francisco. Yes, you're correct. The flag is Chicago Blackhawks ice hockey team. Hi, Kyle. Kyle would have got that one straight away. Yeah, so the flag is Chicago Chicago Blackhawks ice hockey team, and that was given to me as a gift just before I left America. So it flies quite proudly on the back of my boat. Um, I I was a big Blackhawks fan, and I have seen a little bit of a game since I've been back in England. I can get the games on my TV Fire Stick, but as they're normally 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, I don't intend to watch them too often. No way whatsoever, Jules. No regrets whatsoever at the moment. Absolutely love the lifestyle. Um, Days just blend into each other. Absolutely no chance of ever getting bored. Um, that was the other thing I used to always get asked, or get bored living on a boat. Absolutely no chance. I see more people now living on a boat than I used to do living in a house, especially in the winter months. Living where I did in Illinois, you could go whole weekends from Friday leaving work to Monday morning, going back to work, never seeing anyone. If it's yucky, snowy, and all that sort of thing, you don't leave the house. But at least here we don't normally get such bad weather, and there's always someone walking along the towpath to say hello to. Hi, Ruben, you made it. Well, Ruben, as you're there, I'll show you what I'm drinking. This is one you purchased for me when we went to what you call the bottle shop. So I decided it was a beer night tonight, not water. Well, I love one beer anyway. And it's time to put that in a glass. Oh, you can't see it going into the glass, can you? So I could tilt that up a bit more. There we go. There you can see it in my glass. Cheers, everyone. Oh, that's not bad. Hi, Philip. Hi, everyone. I don't know if I've missed anyone out here. If you're watching, hi, Susan. Hi, Rob, and Ray, and Tanya, and Emma, and Fiona, and who else we got here? Carl, of course, and Jules, and Philip. I missed you out. Put your name in again, and I'll see it. Oh, Melissa's here as well. Look, hi, Melissa. It's nice to see everybody coming to watch me. 20 people watching. Wow, that's going going up there quite quickly already, especially after the screw up at the start. I was trying to do it through a program called Streamlabs OBS. Now I've been messing around with it for the last 2 or 3 days, and it's who a lot of the big YouTubers use for live streaming. And I practiced with it, and I just did a couple of streams, and deleted them straight away. Thought it's working perfectly until I tried to do a proper live one, and the boat's just rocked there. It's got a bit windy just coming by there. The wind is picking up so horrible here, and raining hard at the moment as well. What's the biggest downside of boating? Probably having to plan to go shopping. Shopping can be the hardest thing to work around sometimes. If you're moored up in the middle of nowhere and I don't have a car or anything like that, it's not the easiest thing. You've got to think of where's the next grocery grocery store or anywhere, and you have to plan to go there. So I move around most of the time. I've been sat here a couple of days where I am now, but you have to think about food shopping all the time. And if you need anything special, like if I'm doing any work on the boat and I need a specialist item, I have to plan to go and get a specialist item somewhere, which is the hardest thing to do. And oh, Richard's here as well. Yes, I do own long trousers. I just don't like wearing them. Okay. I went. I'll try and get my feet back in here now. Solar is actually working out very, very well. The I think I could do with one more panel. Um, if you get a nice sunny day and it's sunny from morning to evening, I get more than enough solar to. It starts dumping by the mid-afternoon, and it's just not using any of it. But on days where it's overcast, and you'll get solar all day long. But even when it's raining hard, you still get some solar. It's just but it's saving a fortune in diesel. Really is. I dipped the tank the day before yesterday, and I hadn't filled up with diesel in 5 or 6 weeks. And I still had 3/4 of a tank. Where 5 or 6 weeks when I was moored up in Rugby, not moving anywhere and just using the engine for generating electric, I would have been down to about quarter of a tank. So that's the difference it's made. Huge difference. I think if I can get another panel, perhaps next year I'm going to add another panel to it. I think even on the cloudy days, I'll have enough coming in. Well, normally for shopping, the best way is that if you most villages have a village shop, so you can normally get something at a village shop. But I normally plan the bigger towns, and if you use Google Maps or even the CRT website has a mapping service on there, and you can look on the canal. And if you expand into it, expand it out so you're on sort of the biggest zoom it'll do, it will show all the shops around as well. So and if you use Google, then I just click on where I am on the towpath because Google's that good these days; it knows all the towpaths, and you click on the towpath and click on the shop, and it shows you the quickest route there. Um, Using the towpaths, what bridges to go across, everything's there. So it's quite. Just remember to click on the towpath side and not on the off towpath side, otherwise you might get a bit wet trying to walk there. Yeah, but they all work very, very well. I use Google Maps a lot to plan. I have a prescription every month, and I get it sent to a post office. So I always look for a post office somewhere en route I'm going, and then use Google Maps to find the closest one to the canal, and just have it sent there. Let's see. Yeah, don't really have a big problem on finding anywhere. I'm actually moored at Long Buckby at the moment. This is where I was when lockdown actually started. Um, I'm only here because I came here yesterday to meet my parents. I had lunch with my parents yesterday in the pub here, the new one at Long Buckby. So that was really, really nice. Good, Ray. Good. Yeah, it's easy to do. Planning where you want to go. Yeah, okay, you have to plan to go shopping. Where if you live in a house, you've probably got a car, and you just jump in your car, and you're 2 minutes down the road, you're shopping. Well, I might have to be 2 days away from the shop, but you just make sure you don't run out of food. And I've always got plenty of dried goods in the cupboard and canned goods, which are backup. It's not things I normally eat, but I keep them there. If I happen to run out of food or I, locks get closed down or something and I need to eat, I will have plenty of food. I could probably go 2 or 3 months without running out of food of dried ingredients. I even have dried pasta in the cupboard, and I don't really eat pasta. Yes, there's lots of different apps out there you can use. Actually, the was it the CRT one I use quite regular because it shows that's always quite useful. The It's the breakdown people. Canal Rescue Service, Canal and River Rescue, isn't it? River and Canal Rescue, whatever it's called, RCR, River and Canal Rescue. They actually have a quite a good mapping service in there as well, which is free. Uh, and that I found is better than Canal Planner if you want to plan your route and how long it's going to take. You go in there because Canal Planner just thinks you're going to do 4 miles an hour and you're going to cruise for like 7 hours a day, and it'll tell you can go ridiculous amounts of distance that would take me 3 days, and it says you can do it in one. Well, I if you use the river and canal site, you can put in. I put in there. I do 2 miles an hour, and you can put in your average lock time. I put in there 20 minutes as an average lock time, which you can't do in Canal Planner, and it works it all out for you. So it's very accurate actually about what I work out and how long it's going to take me to get somewhere. Well, I don't actually drink the water that I put in the boat. You can, there's nothing wrong with it. But a stainless steel tank, so um, I drink bottled water, so I always keep bottled water on the boats. But the tank of water lasts about, well, I don't know actually. I've never gone more than about 12 days without filling up. So, and I've never run out. So it probably goes easy 2 weeks. Um, I'm inclined if I'm passing a water point just to fill up. It seems to be a sensible thing to do unless it's really busy, and I'll wait to the next one. But or unless I'm getting short, and I'll wait. But yeah, I've never had a problem with water. Um, I move around a lot, unlike some people, so I'm always passing a water point. Yeah, I buy bottled water when I'm more close to a shop. Rugby is a good place for being close to a shop. Tesco's is literally 200 yards from the canal. So I may make 2 or 3 trips, one for food and one for liquid refreshments. And the liquid refreshments might not only be water. Obviously, there might be a bit of beer in there. I have tried getting a supermarket delivery. I tried to do it a few weeks ago during the lockdown before I got to rugby. I was actually moored here at the time, and none of them were taking on new clients at the time. So supermarket delivery was out of the question at the time. I tried Tesco, Sainsbury's, Asda, I think it was, and Morrison's, and none of them were taking on new people at the time. So I couldn't get a supermarket delivery. It is possible to do though. I know a lot of boaters do use supermarket deliveries. They say where they're going to be, and there's some true, Carl. Beer is mostly water, and this beer here is 95.5% water. There's only 4.5%. So I'm only drinking the water bit at the moment. So yeah, supermarket deliveries are a possibility. A lot of people use them, I know, on the canals. I must get signed up to some of them now. Now it's got a bit easier to do so, and that's probably something I should be looking at more towards the winter anyway. Because I might not be wanting to haul groceries back if it's snowing or anything. Mm, because my eyesight's not that brilliant, so I have to sort of squint at it. Yeah, so supermarket deliveries, yes, I'll be looking into that in the future. Supermarket shopping, there are some actual supermarkets literally right on the canal towpath, so they're really easy to fill up with loads of stuff. No, they were delivered to continuous cruisers. Um, I know people that are out on the towpath. There's some the tiller people I know get deliveries when they're out on the out of the marina. Um, who else? Well Deck Diaries I know have had deliveries, and there's a couple of others I know have had deliveries. So I know you can get them. I think if you have to give the location of a bridge or a road that's really really close to the canal, and they were delivered to it. I think even you can give them a satellite coordinations, and they will come to it. Oh, there you go. Emma and Fiona have had supermarket deliveries and they're continuous cruisers. Thanks, Paul. Yeah, I got to the 1K, but it seems to have dried up now. People seem to have stopped subscribing. Are my videos that bad? Probably. Or I think a lot of it's YouTube as well, though, because one day I log in, it says I've got 1,050. 10 minutes later, it says I've got 1,041. And I'm pretty sure 9 people didn't unsubscribe in 10 minutes. And then half an hour later, you go back on to say 1,048 or something, and it's just, I'm sure YouTube's figures are not very accurate at the moment. Yeah, the 1,000 was nice to get to. It means I can monetize, and I'm sorry, people. There are commercials on my videos. It's one way I can get a few pennies towards doing what I do. I know that they can be very annoying. I don't like commercials either. If anyone that's seen any of my recent videos where there's commercials, I've tried to put in like a commercial break. And my videos, which are less than 15 minutes long, have one commercial break in them, I should have. And the ones which are 15 minutes plus, and I don't really go much over sort of 20 minutes or so, will have two commercial breaks. I had one the other day, I put two commercial breaks in, and the one I've just uploaded, which is trying to upload still. That's why I wondered if it might be a bit slow, because I've actually got a video uploading in the background, which is Wednesday's off the cut video, which should have been loaded probably 4 or 5 months ago. I recorded it back on the 2nd or 3rd of March at Welford, and then I couldn't find any of the footage, and I swore blind I hadn't deleted it. And I was sorting out some of my files a few days ago, and I was downloading them onto some big thumb drives, or what I call them, data sticks, whatever you call them, the plug-in things, put in the side. And I was downloading a load of files onto one of those, and I was checking what was on them before downloading them. Did I want them? And I looking at Crick off the cut, and I had all of the Crick off the cut on there. Plus, I had all of Welford off the cut on there. So I separated it out, and now I've uploaded that video 5 months late. What, Emma? What do you do for deliveries? You're registered, I guess, with Tesco's or somebody, and you just got to be near a bridge or something like that, is it? Oh, that beer's gone down well. Yes, Sasha came and helped me through oh, what was the locks? I've gotten Atherstone, yeah, Atherstone locks. It was at the time it was the hottest day of the year, and we came down through the wherever it is, the 10 or 11 locks there, and it was baking hot. Fortunately, the fridge was on, and I had some ice creams for us when we got to the end, which went down very, very well. But yeah, that, Sasha did a, she did a vlog on it, and I did a vlog on it. So it was a it was a interesting day. We had a actually we actually got down for the locks quite quickly, which was very useful. And with obviously the Sasha helping, it made it really easy. And then I gave him the tiller to come down through the last few. Oh, you give a postcode, okay? That makes sense. Near a house or something, you just give a postcode near where you are. I think I did. I think it was Wild Deck Diaries got a delivery to a bridge somewhere going over the canal. I might be wrong on that. Yeah, do you find you plan your deliver your cruising to shops as well? I expect, Emma, don't you? Or your mum does anyway. I expect. Yeah, Warwick Castle. I wouldn't say avoid it. If you want to go, book in advance. It's 20 quid in advance, so it's a bit of a saving. Now, actually, it's £26 on the day because I see they've reduced the price for on the day ticket because of the COVID stuff. So people were, you know, somewhere to go. But the only thing I did see when I was there, I wasn't too keen on the way people were actually social distancing or lack of social distancing. So that put me off as well. There was like a big crowd waiting to get in it just before 10 o'clock, and nobody was standing more than a couple of feet apart. So that was a bit. I'm not sure. It's like, yeah, it's still. Yeah, it's just getting dark now. It's very wet and cloudy out there. It is getting dark. Um, it's it's nights are starting to draw in quite quickly now. Um, but yeah, hi Irene. But yeah, eight was it eight? Yeah, it is 8:35, 8:37 there. The nights are starting to draw in, and being a cloudy night out there now, it's got dark quite early. Last night it wasn't cloudy, and it was I was outside at 9 o'clock last night, so it was still light then. Yeah, I think it's because we're slightly further north here. We're about 10 degrees further north, so we're still in that region of. Then we'll come past you, and by mid-winter solstice, we'll be about an hour getting dark before you. We'll be dark by 4 o'clock, where it's not perhaps quite dark till nearly 5 o'clock in Illinois or around where you live. Hi, Sasha, you made it. We was just talking about you, just about going coming down through the Atherstone flight. Yeah, I'm glad you like the off the cut ones, Kevin. I enjoy doing them actually. Number one, it gets me out walking, and I quite enjoy a little bit of walking. And I try to make them a little bit of informative without being crazy over the top. I don't want them to be history lessons, but I want people to know what if you're a boater and you're passing those places, what you can expect to see or get. Oh, I've never got a bus to shops, I must admit. Um, I normally walk. Yes, I was just saying how much help you were coming down the Atherstone flight and how quick we did it on such a scorching hot day. Yeah, it's the reverse in winter. Yeah, yeah, it's because of being. I think we're about 10 degrees further north than say Coal City. um, the cooking videos or vlogs or whatever you want to call them will probably come back in the winter time. Um, when it was really, really hot here a few weeks ago, the last thing I felt like doing was standing over a cooker for a couple of hours trying to do a video, because no matter what you cook, there's going to take, when you're trying to video it, you cut it and stop and start again, and it's takes a long time to do the cooking videos. And if you screw something up, you have to do it again. Like forget to press the record on the camera, which I've done before now. Um, the off the cut ones actually are some of the easier ones for me to do, because I I don't normally look at anything where I'm going on the internet or anything first. I like it to be a surprise for me as well as for everybody else. So it's like when I did the Hockley Heath off the cut, when I walked up through the pub car park, and it seems to be the only way you get out of there is actually through the pub car park. And I sort of looked across the street and I thought, oh, there's a car dealership over there. I wonder what it is. And I walked over there and there's a Rolls Royce one and McLaren car dealerships next to each other, and a tiny little village called Hockley Heath. Who would have ever thought that? So it was a shock to me as well to see that as anyone else. So I think it's quite nice sometimes. And then I'll just walk along the street or then and see what's there, and point the camera if there's a shop there to go shopping or whatever. So anyone else coming along, I'm not expecting many people on narrowboats to want to go and buy a McLaren or a Rolls Royce, but you might want to go to a co-op and get a loaf of bread. And if you know it's 100 yards from the towpath, more likely to stop, I think. I didn't say she ate all the ice cream. I said we had an ice cream. It was really hot. The best thing that came out of the fridge that day was ice cream. I think they were Magnums, or cheap version of Magnums, probably. Oh, I don't know. Not sure if they were or not. But I think I got those in the Sainsbury's local. If I've missed anything, shout out and tell me. Hi, Bob from Michigan. Michigan's a state I used to quite like going to, actually, quite in the summertime, mainly to drink wine. Um, the solar work lights on the tunnel. Um, they do shine off the tunnel wall. I just came through Braunston Tunnel 2 days ago. Yeah, 2 days ago. And when you're actually traveling, and there's not another boat coming the other way because it's a double width tunnel, you travel through the middle. And when you come up to another boat and you move over to the side, you can actually see the side wall quite nicely. So they work really, really well. The other thing is the ones at the back show the deck really nicely. So the back of my boat being painted all black, when you're in a tunnel, you can't see anything around the back. You couldn't even see where your feet were. And those lights and the string lights I put up around the back really have made a huge difference for in tunnels, because you can see the perimeter of the boat really, really clearly, and you can see the deck boards, you can see everything now at the back of the two lights I've got at the back. So the lights were really, really helpful. And the other thing I found as well, if you happen to go for a walk at night, now it's getting darker earlier, and I'm walking back to the boat, I certainly know which my boat is. And when you get once you get near the boat, the towpath's completely illuminated, so you can actually see your way back onto the boat without tripping over anything. When you're trying to step back into the well deck or whatever to get back on. So lights are well worth every penny I paid for them. They weren't very expensive. I think they were 15 quid for 10. Yeah. I don't know about all of them, but we had ice creams, didn't we, Sasha? And they were really good. After that hot day, they was the last thing, the best thing we could have had, and a cheese sandwich. Yeah, it was a good fix. My eyesight's not the best at the best of the time, so and yeah, you can't, as I say, they don't show up against the tunnel in a wide tunnel when you're down the middle. You can't see them. You can actually see them reflecting off the water if you look down the side of the boat. But when you get up close to the wall, you definitely see the wall. You can see exactly where the wall is, which is the ideal thing. And I did notice when I was in, it wasn't a very wide one though, but it wasn't a narrow tunnel, um, and you could see them on there. That was on the, where was I? I can't remember now. No, it wasn't. It wasn't a narrow tunnel. I can't think. I thought I went for a narrow tunnel, but it wasn't very long, and I could still see. I could see the side there. Anyway, I don't think it was that narrow a tunnel though. Hmm. No, it's on the North Stratford, but I think it's a double width tunnel though on the North Stratford. It's not very long. I was probably just scraping down the side. I was probably couldn't see where I was going. Yeah, so lights were a good fix. Now what I need to do is get some LED lights inside the boat. I'll just do that a second. Here, point the laptop that way. See the light there and the light over there. They're actually two LED lights I've stuck on the side wall to try and get some better lighting inside here, because otherwise the regular lights in here are actually awful. So I think it's all working. The trouble, if I, it's better if I put them straight in front of me, but then I can't see a thing because I'm just getting blinded. So I found putting them to one side. Uh, it's not too bad. I don't think the shadows are too bad. It's decent light, and I need to replace all these like fluorescent light bulb ones in here with LED lights. Yeah. There's one question that I've never been asked actually so far, and I've got it written down here, and I don't know why nobody has ever asked me this question. How can I give you £1 million? Why has nobody ever asked me that question? I don't know. I thought I might make some of you smile. It's yeah. Yeah, nobody's given me £1 million yet. If I had £1 million, it'd be a brand new boat, probably. I don't know, a newer one anyway. I quite like this boat though for some reason. It's old and got character. Yes, Sasha, definitely. That's why I don't put the lights on that much, and I actually use these that I've got on the side here. I actually I've got some other LED ones as well. I bought, and I put those in the both the toilets, and I've got one over the wash basin, and they're just so much brighter as well. These stupid things. I'll show you the difference. What I can here. I'll put this laptop up again. There's the one up on the wall up there, which is just about yellow. It's hardly got any light. And there's the one down here, which is white. That's the difference. Much better the LED ones. You get these white light LED ones now, and they're just so bright. They're really good. Yeah, they hardly take any battery power at all, do they? Even these ones, these ones I got on the side, they run on three AAA batteries, I think, is in them. Or might no, these ones might have no, they got four AA batteries, and I put them in weeks ago, and they're still as bright as ever. So the batteries they actually came with lasted about 2 minutes, so I think they were dead already. But actually, I quite fancy an ice cream right now, but I don't have any in the freezer. Just have to Anyone got any more questions here? Fire away, come on. Otherwise, I have to read some more out what I've got on here. I've got another one here which I've been asked a few times. What do you do for work? Well, at the moment, what I do for work is YouTube. And I spend a lot of hours doing YouTube every week. It's only a tiny little freezer, Sasha, as you know. You've seen it. It will hold like 8 ice creams. It's actually got in there at the moment some chicken thighs, I think. Yeah, so, excuse me. So YouTube is basically my work at the moment. I'd like to make enough money off of it to not have to worry about anything else. But I'm not. I still don't want to hit my pension yet. I don't want to take the reduction in it, and I might look for a small part-time job in the winter. I'm not sure yet. There's a sort of a chance I've heard about a job that might be available. So for a couple of months, so I might look at it and see how things go. But yeah, but otherwise, yeah, YouTube, and I spend hours a week on YouTube. Some people might realize how long it takes to do things. It was just walking into Warwick and taking, with just the GoPro. The walk into Warwick and all that, I was probably off the boat for 4 hours walking around, pointing the camera at various things. And when I get back, I've probably recorded, I don't know, an hour and a half to 2 hours of video, and just to edit it and put it into some sort of sense, it takes a long time. But that's me. I'm no expert at it. I've done all sorts of things, Kevin. My last job was I was logistics manager, but I've done production control, manage. Well, wasn't a manager. I was a supervisor. I was stock control manager for Sainsbury's warehouse in Basingstoke. My first job ever, I was a computer programmer. More operator programmer. I did a lot of the OCL side, the operator's control language, which nobody would know what that means anymore because it's redundant these days in modern computing. Yes, I have considered the Rebel Link, and I will want someone to go with me if I go on the Rebel Link. I don't want to do it on my own. It's just like doing the tidal Trent. If I go down the tidal Trent, I don't want to do it on my own. I would like somebody on board just for the if something does go wrong, you got somebody else there. If I fall overboard on say the Rebel Link, where do I end up in the middle of the where does that go to? The Irish Sea, I guess. So if you're looking at volunteering to help, I'll be or coming with me, go across. I'll be looking for a volunteer. I do really would like to go on the Ripple Link. It's something I really would like to do. Only because it's what's at the other end, really. Hello, Lewis. I have sourced a welder to fix the T-bar. I prepped it all up. I actually bought an angle grinder the other day, and I've ground all the old weld off, and it's all cleaned up. And I sprayed it with some WD-40 to stop it from rusting. And someone, when I go back down next week, down Braunston, I should be getting it welded. Short would keep that guy that keeps asking me. I'll go on it happy. Ha! Nice. Yeah, if we do it together, if Sasha came with me on the Ribble link, we'd definitely do a vlog together again. It was fun. We had a great day that day, actually. It was a fun day. Real good fun day. Yeah, Ribble. I know people say, "Oh, it's really, really scary" and all that, but I do think some people on their vlogs do make things look a little bit worse than they are sometimes. Train. I know there's a bus which goes across as well because didn't someone on one of the links catch a bus as well? I can't remember now. Oh, that's a good question, Rick. I'll tell you what made me want to do YouTube. It's really a diary for myself. I'm not very good at keeping diaries. I'm I'm even terrible. I've got a boat log on here, and I bet once every 4 or 5 weeks I remember I haven't filled anything in, and I try and remember what I've done each day and go back and fill the boat log in. So the video doing the videos, as long as I don't accidentally delete them or throw them away or hide them and put them in the wrong file, I can actually go back to them. And once they're up on YouTube, they're supposed to stay on YouTube for a long time, so I can always go back and look at them and remember where I've been from. So it's definitely a yeah. I'm not sure it's as scary as people make out. It's water at the end of the day, and as long as it's not blowing a gale and it's not rough, I find my boat goes dance like better on deep, wide water anyway than it does on the canals. So, because drawing 32 inches of water, especially on some of the canals, that North Stratford Canal, I was touching the bottom half the way down there. And I get on somewhere like the River Nen, and it flies along up the top there by in Northampton. It loved it, and and that was that when I was on there, it was well, put it this way, you couldn't go through the first lock because the rest of the Nen was in flood. So, and I had no problems at all. The boat pushed its way up the stream really, really well. So I didn't have any problems at all there. Yes, it's nice to Emma and all comes and watches this. It was really, really nice. The thing, I think the scariest thing about perhaps the Ribble Link would be if we broke down. I think that's the only thing that would worry me if the engine broke down. But since it's never broke down yet, touch wood, and it's a old three-cylinder Lister, and as long as you keep oil in them, basically they run forever. Yeah, she might smoke a bit, but that's actually diesel smoke. I think the injectors need replacing. Um, it's she run just chugs on all day, every day, and never murmurs. Starts go just literally go. Dunk, it starts every time without fail. So good old engines. So that takes a bit of the scariness away. I think if you've got an engine you think you can rely on anyway. It's just like having a car. Would you go on a long trip with a car you don't think is going to perhaps get you there? Probably not. So if you've got a car that you think is reliable, you take the long trips. So I have to lean forward every time to read. But hello, Irene. I haven't seen your latest log yet, Emma. I must admit, I haven't. I was I was busy today and yesterday, and I don't know when you actually put it up. I did see it go up, and I got the notification, but I haven't had a chance. I haven't watched anyone else's vlogs actually for a couple of days now, just because I've been busy. I'll catch up then. Tomorrow looks like a good catch up day. It looks like it's going to rain all day tomorrow, so I'm sat in the boat all day. I should probably catch up on everybody's vlogs I haven't seen for the last 2 or 3 days. And I'm one of the people that don't cut them short either. I watch them from end to end because I know it helps everybody out. So it's like I watch most of the commercials as well on people's channels because I know that helps you out as well. Except for Kyle will tell you, Kyle didn't watch one of mine because it was 58 minutes long. He showed me a picture of it. That's crazy. How can they put a commercial on 58 minutes long? I just don't understand that. You know, that's a movie, isn't it? 58 minutes long. Yeah, so I would skip that as well. Um, yeah, so I try and watch most people's commercials. I don't normally hit the skip button unless they're stupidly. Nothing wrong, I hope, for with the boat there, Emma. Or was it just a visit to one of their places? Ah, thanks, Rob. That's a good bit of information. If it's just a copper washer, I'm pretty sure I can fix that myself. Um, it's not that I don't like animals. I actually love animals, as you probably can guess by some of the films I put together. You know, like kingfishers and all that sort of thing. And I love cats and dogs and parrots and everything else. But I don't know. Perhaps I'm too selfish. I think they're too much of a bind. They tie me down too much. Um, I and I don't know. I've never had a real pet, as you call pets. I've never had a dog or a cat in my life, not even as a kid. Oh, we had actually we did have a cat when I was a kid, but it was a stray that turned up and just wanders around the garden, and we fed occasionally. But well, actually ended up feeding it a lot. It ended up by being a house cat, but it started off just as a stray. Um, yeah, I've never really been my thing to have too many animals. I've always had things like, you know, when I had a pond, I'd have fish in the pond, and I had tropical fish I kept at one point in time as well. But you can go away on holiday or vacation or whatever you want to call it, not worry about them. Um, but cats and dogs. I know a lot of people have cats on the boat, but I'd always be worried about them running off and never find them again. And dogs, well, there's one thing I find very difficult to do, and that's cleaning up after dogs. You know, if you take them for a walk down the towpath and you take that little poop bag with you and have to pick it up and put it in there, I'll probably throw up at the time as well. So that's probably another thing that puts me off having a dog. Not that I don't like them. I'm other people's dogs I say hello to all the time and pet and all that sort of thing, but I just it's just mm, I haven't I don't have the need to have an animal around me for company. Perhaps that's more to the point. Yeah, I haven't actually looked at trying to. You visit our office. Oh, okay. I've never actually looked at the injectors to actually see how they come out. um, right one turned up. You never know. I I certainly it's I certainly not going to say it's out of the question. Yeah, that's I'm not looking for a girlfriend or a partner or anything particularly, but if one came along, uh, oh hi Gary, if the right girl came along, um, I some company on some cold winter nights would be rather nice, perhaps. Um, yeah, it's not something that's on the top of my list of requirements anyway. But you always keep your eye open, don't you? And I certainly still spot a pretty woman walking down the towpath every time. So I'm still interested. Yeah, say it's I I've lived on my own for half my life probably. I've been married twice and divorced twice. And I lived on my own for half my life probably, and I have no problems living on my own. I can fend for myself very well, when it comes to things like cooking, cleaning, and everything like that. I have no problems in doing, especially the cooking bit. I normally end up by doing the cooking even when I'm married, so it's not a problem. Yeah, so yeah, really don't. But with the pubs these days, you don't really get to meet people anymore, do you? If you go in a pub, you know, I went into the boathouse in Braunston, a few days ago now, probably 5 or 6 days ago. Um, well, when I came into Braunston, um, there was nowhere else to moor except for their mooring outside the pub. And it would have been rude to moor on their mooring, wouldn't it, and not go and have a beer? But you sit inside there, and I'm on a table for two, and I'm on my own, of course, and you can't really talk to anyone because all the tables are 2 meters apart, and it's not like sitting at the bar and chatting to everybody anymore. It just doesn't seem going to the pub just doesn't really appeal to me like it used to. Odd, I know. Hence, I drink a beer indoors. Although I went to the pub yesterday for lunch, but that was a treat from my mum and dad. They came over. My dad never seen the boats, and he wanted to see the boats. Um, it always seemed to have no interest, but yesterday, for some reason, he wanted to see the boat. So that's why I arranged to come here, where I am now at the New Inn Long Buckley, because there's a long gravel driveway along here, and there's a concrete wall all the way along you're more up against, and it's dead flat. And the height of the wall is almost exactly the same height as my back deck. And my dad needs a mobility scooter to move that far, from where they parked to come up this far. He couldn't walk that far anymore. And of course, he can stop the mobility scooter right at the back of my boat and managed to get on. So he was quite happy to get on the boat and put a seat out the back for him to sit on. And he actually managed to climb down the back steps and got on the boat. And so my mum, of course, and we had lunch in the New Inn, which my mum treated us to. So that was nice. Well, I'll catch up here a bit. Yes, Gary, how are you? Obviously, alive and kicking because you're here. Dad liked the boats. Yeah, yeah. my dad liked the boat. He said he actually said, what was his word? I think he said like, he liked all the wood paneling. He said that was all nice, all the wood paneling. And he said it was bigger inside than he expected it to be. I mean, and he said it's all nice and clean and tidy. I said, well, it's the way I normally keep it. I try and keep it fairly clean and tidy, although there are some junk yard areas where I'm ripping things out and changing things around from trying to take out all the berths that were in here. Yeah, my dad liked the boat, I think, anyway. He said he did. And my mum made a comment about it as well being so nice and clean. I said, well, I always clean it regular. It's not, did it special. I didn't even know there was going to come right back onto the boat particularly. So it wasn't anything done special. Although I know my dad did want to come and actually see the boat, but I didn't know if didn't actually think he'd be able to get inside, to be honest with you. Yeah, someone gives me £1 million. Yeah, yeah. I thought it was a good question, though. Why has nobody offered me £1 million yet? So perhaps they want to buy me out. But buy my YouTube franchise out. I was talking with some guys here today. The boat that's moored 2 boats away from me. It's called the Widgeon Widgeon the Widgeon Theatre Group. They're a travelling theatre, and they actually do the show from the boats. They've got an old tarps boat, and they've got like a stage they built actually on the boats, and they do the show from the boats. And they're going to be in Newbold in a couple of days' time. Well, the 30th and the 31st of the month in Newbold. So if anyone's out around Newbold, you can go and watch their show. And it's let's see that it's called Grits of Life. Just add water, and that's a canal boat, obviously coming down the canal there. It's showing. So obviously it's something to do with boating back in the day, I'm assuming. Yeah, they're talking to the guys. They were rehearsing today. They said they wanted to get on and do some more rehearsing tomorrow. And I said, don't think you're going to be doing very much rehearsal tomorrow because it's 100% chance of rain tomorrow. So anyway, Gary, you're feeling better to what it was when you first, had your injury. Okay, yeah, Emma, no problem at all. Uh, say good night to your mum from me as well. I expect she's listening anyway. So good night, Fiona. Good night, Emma. Yeah, I don't know how long this is going to go on for. Last time it went on for like 3 hours. It's ah, why is that? Do you know you just typed in there, Sasha? Great. I guess I'll be getting wet tomorrow, and it's come up as if it's wrong with that message. I think we can show that. I think they're thinking of wet being meaning some other thing there, don't you, for some silly reason. But we can show that okay then. Wet being getting wet because it's raining, people. Gee whiz, all the innuendos that the YouTube think are going on sometimes. That's the first time tonight it's actually popped up with to show or not. Last time I had to pop up 4 or 5 times. Yeah, that's what I thought as well. When I read the question, I thought, "What's the hell getting wet?" Because I just mentioned about raining, and I realised what we were saying. Oh, is it? It's in Waterways Mag. Okay. I must admit, I haven't seen a copy of the Waterways Mag for a while. Used to be able to pick them up in pubs all the time, but I think they're online as well, but I haven't looked at it. I meant to ask you, Gary, was there some 95.45% water involved, or some what do you drink? A lot of wine. 87% water involved. We're talking about 13% wine. The thing with boating as well, it's hard to do any boating if you're injured because one thing you have to do is pull on ropes and all sorts of things and jump on off the boat all the time. It's one reason why I take very great care and try not to do silly things when I'm boating. I even changed my centre line ropes 2 days ago or three. When I was in Braunston, I bought two new ropes as I was starting to get a little frayed. There's 50 quid then gone one hit. So you're a secret gin drinker at 9:30 in the morning. I didn't realise that. This beer bottle seems to be a bit empty. I think I'll get another one. I'm in the mood for a beer tonight. I'll grab one. Oh, we got there. Bottle opener. Right, back again. Right, what did I find in the fridge? Oh, Church End Brewery, Rugby Ale, the Strong Dark Ale. That's not that strong. It's only 5%. Well, that's the problem with wearing a dressing gown. You see, dangerous things those dressing gowns. Oh, and for the American viewers, that's a robe. Hmm. Tastes a little smoky. Doesn't say it's got any smoke in it. Nothing wrong with doing a cheeky vodka. Not if I drink vodka, but I've never been a vodka person. I've always normally, except for the odd gin. I don't mind the odd gin, and that's become very popular these days. But I was drinking gin when it wasn't popular, and I'm not into the flavoured ones. I must admit, particularly. Um, Good Bombay Sapphire will do me. With some tonic or a bitter lemon, or of course my real tipper was a very good single malt whiskey. But they're too expensive for me these days, so I don't get them. UX, well, yeah, I don't need to put a dressing gown on when I come out the shower. I'm the only person on the boat, so I I normally just come out the shower and go. I normally got my clean clothes laying on the bed and just go to my bed and get dressed. Yeah, it's already got windy here. I can feel the boat move a couple of times already, and this is a big old heavy boat and doesn't move that easy. Although it seems to have settled down a bit. I can't hear the rain lashing against this window anymore. The rain was hitting this window earlier, and when we first started broadcasting. I don't see any point in putting a dressing gown on to walk 15 feet inside my boat. Oops, what have I just done there? That's all right. I just knocked the mouse and it came up with sat on my screen, but I didn't knock it off. It's okay. Yes, there's definitely going to be a storm. I was just reading earlier on the weather report. They're talking about 30-mile-an-hour winds. I think it was 100% guaranteed rain tomorrow, and Wednesday is looking dry but very windy. Thursday's wet again. Friday's wet again, but they were starting to go down to just showers. I think Friday and Saturday, and dry Sunday, Monday was the forecast a few hours ago. I do actually own a dressing gown, but it's been in the I put it in the closet when I first got here, and I don't think I've taken it out. Oh, it's got a name as well, is it, Ruben? Storm Francis. Now, is that a girl's Francis or a boy Francis? Because I had two cousins called, oh, I still have two cousins, I guess. One's a boy and one's a girl, both called Francis. No, one's a cousin. No, one's a cousin, a boy called Francis, and the other one was somebody I went to school with, a girl called Francis. Yeah, that would be not so good if they blew away. That's why you need the stick down ones, they don't blow away. Mind you got them at the right price, so that's probably the you got the best ones. The cheaper they are, the better. The best things you can ever get are free. Doesn't matter how good or bad they are, they're the best because they're free. Actually, didn't even know there was a test match going on, Kevin. I might have watched some of that otherwise. Never getting a paper, I never really see what's going on these days on the TV. And my TV, well, it's not much bigger than my laptop. It's there, and it hardly ever gets put on. It will go on, goes on Sundays when there's a Formula One race on. That's about it. Actually, saying that, it hasn't even been on for that the last couple of times because I haven't been able to get a very good stream on the Fire Stick. I had a better stream on my laptop, so I've actually watched it on the laptop. It seems my laptop is a 16-inch screen and my TV is a 16-inch screen. Doesn't really make much difference which I watch it on. Well, I've been there a couple of times to what's it called these days? It was not called the Rose Bowl then. That was um that was the new one, isn't it? The Rose Bowl. Well, it was the new one I went there. It's They've just been called the Rose Bowl then. Nice ground actually down there. Used to like the Rose Bowl. Although I saw yes, okay. I used to watch more county games when I went to Queen Mary's College in Basingstoke and County, Mays County, yeah, cricket ground was literally 300 or 400 yards from the college. Used to walk there quite regular on an afternoon and watch some cricket. Well, anyway, not so short. And of course, being at college and being a student, we used to get in for 10p. Used to be a student discount was 10p to get in, and used to go to the beer tents, of course. Yeah, I've been out of cricket for a long time because I'm not living here. Yeah, I like ice hockey, and I don't know if Kyle's still here. Kyle and I used to watch a lot of games on the TV together. He'd come around my house quite regular, and we'd get a few beers, and perhaps have the barbecue or do some food and watch watch. I had a 60-inch TV and with surround sound and all. And used to blast that out and watch quite a few ice hockey games. Although I have been to the Blackhawks. Oh, I don't know, over 20 times I expect. Never paid to go. Always got taken by one of the reps from one of the trucking companies. Carl and I and Mick or Mike, we used to go occasionally to um, Bloomington, and I think they changed the name. It's the Flying Jets, I think they're called. Oh, Kyle was still there. Yeah, I did actually know that, Kyle. I saw that. I still log on and look see what's going on sometimes if I don't watch the games because of obviously the time difference. Yes, that was good days. Flying Aces, that's it. Thank you. Flying Aces, yeah, that is. I've actually got a T-shirt here somewhere with the Flying Aces that was there. There, should know really. I actually wore it the other day, so I should know. Yeah, that's a good game to go to because it's sort of just the lower league, slightly under the pro sort of league, and real good hockey, and it's what, $20 or something to get in rather than $150. You go and edit a vlog, Gary. Yeah, it's we'll keep watching them. Yeah, it was good times, Kyle. Yeah, bit of a drive. Yeah, I know you used to drive all the time, but a bit of a drive. But we definitely had a couple of good beers, didn't we? Meet up with Mick and Mike, brother, and have a few beers. Catch you later, Gary. I'll probably see you on Facebook if nowhere else. Yeah, gee whiz, that was a couple of good nights out. Can't even remember the name of the breweries now we went to. I'm getting old. I can't remember anything. Cheers, Gary. Thanks for watching. Cheers. Go and have that whoever it was who's gonna have vodka. But, yeah, some good breweries down there as well, weren't there? Yeah, we had a few good beers. A few good ones up around Chicago as well. We've been to many a time. Carl and I, or Kyle would quite often drive me to breweries, and he would find these new breweries that popped up here, there, and everywhere. And we'd go out and have a couple of sherbets and enjoy ourselves and have a couple of good beers. Ah, that's the one. That's the one. I've actually got that on a video somewhere. Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm getting tired already. Yeah, they did some real good beers there. Yeah, that's a quality brewery. And Carl will know this is something I said years ago back in America. When I first arrived in America, I thought the beer absolutely sucked. The only thing I ever drank over there was Guinness, basically, because the beer was nothing I liked. A few years later, was out and I said, you know what? The beer changed from some of the worst in the world to some of the best. But you still have to go to the microbreweries to get the best, though. Yeah, that's nice because they did some good beers. I'll tell you something else as well. I'll tell you something that's real bad news. You can now get Bud Light over here. I've seen that in the supermarkets. I haven't got a clue who would buy it, but there you go. But there's quite a few American breweries actually you can buy in the supermarket stores over here. I've seen Goose Island, of course. There's one. Um, Shipyard, they're over here. There's a few around. Yeah, you like Bud Light as much as I do. I haven't seen any Bush Light yet, so I guess we're one step away from that. I just don't like light beers anyway. In general, I think light beers are a waste of time. I want I want all my beer in my beer. Actually, the best light beer on the market is Guinness, and that's one people won't probably realise is the light beer. Because light beer means low in calories, and Guinness is low in calories compared with most beers. If I miss anyone out here, let me know, please, 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 because I do struggle sometimes reading down the list. Ooh, I've never had that. I've never tried Samuel Smith's organic chocolate stout. Definitely worth a try, I should think. This is not quite sure what this is supposed to be. It just says rugby L. It's just like an old English style ale, I guess. It says strong dark, but I wouldn't really call it that dark. But there's a glass that came from over the pond. Let me know what it tastes like, Carl, because I'll be interested in that. Because I'm pretty sure I can pick it up somewhere around here. I'm always looking for different beers. Eyes are watering. Nothing wrong with trying a new beer all the time. Well, as long as it's a quality beer. I don't try the fizzy yellow stuff. I think Kyle knows I'm not into fizzy yellow beer. Yeah, got to try it, haven't you? You can't, keep it in the fridge forever. It takes up fridge space. Room for a different beer to go in its place. I don't have a separate beer fridge these days, though, Kyle. I just have to keep it in the regular fridge. I only have one fridge. Refrigeration on a boat is not the easiest thing to keep going all the time. Fridges use a lot of electric on 12 volt, and to have more than one would be I'd need about 10 batteries. Just keeping one going some days when it's really, really hot and it's running almost continuously is bad enough. I do miss not having a separate beer fridge. Oh yeah, what's that will be tonight? I got up early, I think. Oh, didn't really get up earlier than normal. Yeah, that does work. If you want to drill holes in your floor, I have no gaps, but I have no lift up points, and I'd have to cut a hole. Um, of course, this time of the year, the canal water is not particularly that cold, but I, I suppose it's cooler than the surrounding air anyway. I know that's what a lot of people do actually instead of fridges, isn't it? They cut holes in the floor to the actual skin of the boat floor and keep their as a use it as a refrigeration. Yeah, the hull was definitely a good. You know, it's going to be cooler than anywhere else on the boat. That's for sure. Oh, it's going down well. But yes, I did have some more questions written down on another piece of paper, but I forgot what this. I went through some of the messages, people asking. I was picking out some questions I get asked all the time, and I wrote some down. I wrote a couple on this piece of paper, and I wrote some on a bigger piece of paper somewhere. I don't know where I put it. Yeah, well, I've got a little cubby hole I keep some beers in, which before I normally buy my beer warm, and I keep it in a cupboard which is dark and fairly cool. Oh yeah. And then I just keep like 10 bottles in the fridge, 10 cans. I have one shelf in my fridge just for beer. So so I can't only get so much food in my fridge because one of the three shelves is taken up with beer. It seems more important sometimes. It's like it's weird how some of these messages are popping up. They're not always popping up. They'll pop up like two above one of the what someone's just put in. It's weird. I don't know what's happening here. How it doesn't put them in at the bottom each time. Uh, I suddenly see it flash and it puts up a new message, and it's not at the bottom. It's like two up or so. I don't know why it's doing that. Weird, 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 weird. Well, if there's nobody's really got any more questions, I think I'm going to wind this one up tonight. Um, I'm actually feeling quite tired. I've had a busy day actually. That's probably why. Yeah, I know you've been asked that one session. Yeah, we have lots of crocodiles in the canals here in England, don't we? They are a bit of a problem. It's the alligators we have to worry about, not the crocodiles. Well, thank you everybody for tuning in. It's without you guys, it wouldn't be worth my while doing this. And it's nice, there's still 20 people here watching. I don't know how many got up to at one point in time. I know it was more than that. But But yeah, it's crocodiles in the canal. It's a weird one, and people ask. I guess if you're from America and from Florida, perhaps it's a thing they expect to see is crocodiles and alligators in their canals. But fortunately, we don't have that problem here, and no anacondas either, or any boa type snakes which they get nowadays in the canals down in Florida. Where they get the Burmese python, isn't it? Is it the ones they get a lot of down there now? Problem down there. You know what's up with my eyes tonight? I keep watering. Probably because I'm tired. So yeah, I think it's time to wrap this up. I thank everybody really, really much for coming and joining me tonight. Yeah, that's right, Richard. See the name? See this one on there, that Richard. It's rugby L. There's a yellow band around its neck, grass snake. I see grass snakes occasionally. I've seen a few around and about. But yeah, good night, everybody, and I appreciate it. And cheers to everybody. And I think it's time to hit the end on the stream. And I really thank everybody for tuning in. And I will do this again. It's nice to talk to everybody, or sort of talk, chat and talk, or type and talk. And I plan on another one when I know I've got somewhere where I've got half decent internet. I knew I was coming here. That's why I planned this one, because I knew when I was moored here for 12 days back in the end of March, beginning of April, it was really, really good internet. So actually, it's not quite as good today as it was back then, but real good internet. So I know I could plan one. Well, I'm going to be on the Oxford Canal in the next couple of days, or after some of these storms disappear. And I know the Oxford Canal can be notorious for internet signals, so I don't know when the next time I'll be able to do one. But if I find a place and I got a good signal, it might be a last minute one. I'll just give a message out to someone during the daytime. I'll do a live chat that night. Anyway, thank you all for watching. It's time to hit that end stream. Bye all.